Well, I just wonder where we stiff enough where our people cannot afford to do what you're asking. Because that's who coming up with it, because it ain't so much of them. Them are the one probably complaining, but, you know, because I feel if they have a permit, that's should be fine enough.
until somebody steps outside of that permit and you can't regulate it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a permit, you're gonna have guidelines for the permit, correct?
But not ours because we
But I'm
don't have.
saying if you do that, you're gonna have guidelines for the permit.
Okay. Good evening. City of Port Allen City Council Committee meeting, Thursday, July 30th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Notice to the public, each person must decide before entering the chambers which agenda item they wish to comment upon. If they are not seated in the chamber when the agenda item is heard, they will be notified by an officer to enter the council chamber to address that agenda item. Please silence all mobile phones and electronic devices. Public Safety Committee, call to order, pledge allegiance. Establish quorum. Roll call, please. Chairman Gregory Payne. Here. Councilwoman Adrian Joseph.
Here.
Councilwoman Charlene Gordon.
Here.
Agenda one, Police Department report, Chief Mitchell.
How y'all doing, council, mayor, everybody? All right, before we start, I just want you to know, if you look at the top, you'll see that it's still July. We got one more day in the month. So it's not full, but I'll make a post and then I'll make for social media, I have to have the full thing afterwards, okay? But as of now, we responded to 217 calls. We had a total of 26 arrests and we had 65 traffic tickets. Any questions?
I have a question about the, I guess the Dapper shop. And hearing rumors, about stuff again at the Dapper shop.
So, yeah, I just was informed Sunday and Monday and Tuesday about an incident that ended up happening with some young ladies that had ended up having a fight inside that eventually caused officers to also get involved for crowd control. But other than that, that was the first major incident that I've heard about. So if you have any other incidents that you knew or heard about prior to that, I'll be happy to hear.
No, I mean, that was it. Like I said, I normally don't see the post. I hear about it way after the fact. So I just wanted to make sure they were
Oh, well.
contained, it was handled, it was.
Yeah, so it was, like I said, it was a fight that ended up taking place inside the property. Um, Actually, Mr. Buchanan was the officer that actually worked there that day. Upon being called in there, it seemed like that from what I watched on the body camera, the fight was already over with. They detained the young ladies that was actually involved. Other officers came out there, and it went from there. But for the most part, it started inside the property.
So I'm assuming, because the round and round discussion we had with them, they are, because of the police, or they decided to stay open till 2 o'clock?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Any other questions?
Yeah.
What's up?
Wasn't he told if we hear anything else?
We was told to document everything. When at the end of last year, going into this year, whenever they have any incident, it's our responsibility to document it. And if it continue to keep going on, then of course, then we're gonna make we'll go into the next phase of what we need to do. Yeah, most definitely. So like I said before, this was one of the first times I've heard something to that magnitude before. Then I really wasn't hearing anything to the point where we should be concerned. But whenever we have, but whenever we did have anything, it has been documented. Officers have been pulling reports for it.
And I think it's sad that they're in place fighting, but that's something the owner can't really control. If two
Correct.
people beat them and they start fighting, but it's good to have a security officer, a police officer there to help escalate from going any further.
Right.
But for a fight, I mean, you go to a game, they are fight, and they have all the police officers there. So I mean, I wouldn't hold that. But when it get out of hand, where they just continue to fight,
Then that's when we're gonna have like how it was when we had the discussion last year, when they was being very disrespectful even to the owner when they was on the dentist property cooking and drinking and doing whatever they wanted to do.
Right.
Now that's when it become a real problem. But we can't control our adults in the property who's drinking and
I think that's what the point I was trying to make, that we needed officers.
oh yeah,
And he kept saying, oh, well, we'll close at 10 o'clock. We didn't say you had to close.
correct.
I just was saying that
We
I
need to
felt
go to
that's why
we
we
need
this
to-
is why, because they do, they have fight school, church, they have fights
Yeah.
everywhere. But that's why we need
Officers,
officers.
I agree, and their presence make a difference. You know, if they wasn't on scene, I'm pretty sure with the magnitude and it would have been way worse. So, some things that I must say we could always improve and do better at, but ultimately they was able to detain them and handle the situation.
And most of the time, in a situation like that, it don't really be our local people. It be people from other areas.
So, and that is so true because the last time I walked through French Quarter Daiquiri just to kind of go check on it, majority of the guys that was on that property was from Maringouin. And not only Maringouin, they have some guys from Baton Rouge, and they have some guys from Plaquemine. So a lot of our residents not even in there. It's the other guys, other people from other places coming in. Saturdays, you have some of our locals, but for like Thursday, Fridays, and stuff like that, there's a lot of people from out of town. I think even one of the females that was involved in the fight was from Baton Rouge. So, yeah. Any other questions?
The security, is it a private security company?
No. So, our police department is there, but they know they're supposed to have their own security inside too. And I don't know his protocol, his steps, or who he hired, or whatever, or even if they can maintain a crowd of people that's drunk and fighting in the inside. I don't know. But our officers is there to maintain the crowd control and fights and stuff on the outside and so on and so forth.
Don't look like they're hanging out outside like they used to.
No. So they outside, they just not as bad as it was. They have moments when they all congregate outside in front of the property, but I must say that those guys, they when they come to a big crowd, they start instructing them to go inside or leave. So, any other questions for me? But those was all good questions, and I'm more than happy to kind of give y'all an update on that property, especially since it's been a while since we had discussed anything with French Quarter. So that was all good. So now everybody's up to date, and we're all on the same page. All right.
Item 2, the municipal violation report, Mayor Fontaine.
And good evening, council. Okay, so we are in a training. We are thinking about moving Mr. Murray to the inspector position. So I told him it's not a cakewalk, definitely, because we get dogged out all the time by some of these residents. But we are training, so I asked him to come to the committee meeting so he could see what it entails. So that's why Mr. Murray is here, to kind of see what goes on. So we have several homes that we have reports for, but some of them have also cut since, because this was done We've been working, the rain has been killing us. So, most of them, not most, but some are cut. But we had 1038 Avenue G, vines need to be cut off the fence and on side of the house. 1451 Rosedale, grass must be cut. And let me say, a lot of these are sheriff sale people. So they buy them at sheriff sale to flip, to make the money, and they don't own them, so they refuse to cut the grass. So, as I talked to Mr. Hubble about some that he actually called me about, we need to probably get together with the attorneys and probably revamp some of our ordinances when it comes to blight property and how we're going to handle them. Mr. Payne and I had a conversation Tuesday this week about this, and that was my suggestion to him, and he agreed with it. It was something that I thought about sending out in the water bills to reach everyone, because that's the complaint that I hear. We put stuff on the bills and no one sees it. So if we stick something else in the bills, then they would notice it. But is it fair to all the customers to get something? No, it's not. But it will let them know that we are attempting to contain this blight property that we have a lot of here in the city limits.
Mayor, with the parish, if they did buy it at the sheriff's sale or flip the farm, they are, where we had them held accountable to come and cut the grass. Cause if you buy it at the sheriff's sale and if they come back and buy, you still the owner because you bought it at the sheriff's sale. So they are supposed to be the one to cut the grass. And that's how we did cause the house on Mooney and Eleanor, they tore the house down now. They bought it at a sheriff's sale, and we held them responsible for it because they bought it at the sheriff's sale, even if the owner come back. That's between you and that owner if you give them their money back or they buy you back. But as long as you have the sheriff's sale, you the owner.
Well, and that's the complaint we're getting. Miss Lynette gets a lot of those complaints saying that they don't own the property.
We've had a few of those in the past. When somebody buys a property at tax sale, they're not actually buying full ownership of the property. They're actually buying what's called tax title to the property. So that doesn't make them the full owner of the property. Technically, the original owner of the property is still the owner of the property. In the past, we've had this come up about 2 or 3 times where, usually in that situation, we send a notice to both the original property owner and the individual who brought the tax title. And in the past, a tax title would say, "Oh, I only got tax title. I'm not really the owner." Well, there's some provisions in the law that says even though you may be just a tax title holder, you can actually go to court and get a order that allows you to go onto the property. Even though you only have tax title, you get a court order that physically allows you to go on the property and essentially remediate any issues with the property. And essentially, if they don't do that, then what's going to happen is eventually the city has to go remediate the problem itself, and then it's going to be another lien that goes on the tax bill for the next year. So then whoever has the tax title, either you're going to pay that, either you're going to pay the bill when it comes up on the on the title that next year. Otherwise, it's going to go to sheriff's sale again.
So the city can send someone out to cut it.
Right.
Correct. So that's what we normally do. We just say, okay, there's an original owner and then there's a tax title owner, so we're just going to go after both of you. And we've given both of you notice, and if it doesn't get done within the time period, then we're just going to go out and, what happens to the property, we just run it through the normal channels from there.
Well, I have a question. Okay, I know we have a guy that cut the grass, and he just cut the grass. But I had an idea, if we just had a little small lawn service that cut the grass, plus, not just cut the grass, just cut the grass, and just do all the trimmings around it. Weed eat and take all the leaves, vines off the fences, and just, the city just tack it on to what we already own.
That's possible. So, essentially after you give the owners and the tax title holder the notice, and, you go through those proper channels, you actually get good notice served on them, and then they don't remedy it in the time period, well, now the city has the right to go get it done itself. You can do that by using the city's own employees, or the city could contract that work out to a third party. And for example, that's what we routinely do on the condemnations. Whenever a house has to be torn down, we can't handle that just with city employees, so that we always go get a few bids, and then a contractor is gonna actually go on that site and tear the house down. So it's that same concept. You would just use a, I guess a lawn service instead of actually putting city employees to cut the grass.
Mayor, not on the same case, but I'm just asking why you're up there. The house on Avenue B, what was the result on it, the one that got torn down by accident?
Still in litigation, we cannot touch it.
Yeah, I know we couldn't, but
grass
we hadn't heard
either.
anything.
We
We
can't,
hadn't
the
heard
grass.
anything
We were,
about it.
I was told we couldn't touch it. The gentleman came up here screaming at me because he saw us out there one day taking pictures of it. But I was told we cannot, that's the little blue house.
Yeah.
I think that is on the ground, but the
Right.
grass around it is, I mean, we cut the front, which is the city's portion, but other than that, we don't touch it.
We can,
You can't make them cut the grass, whoever.
that's something.
Well, the
that,
house is on most of it, but I mean, they probably can cut around
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
Can't
saying.
pick that
yeah.
house up and just put it on.
Well, it's a litigated matter between,
It's going
the
to
city's
court.
involved in that lawsuit, but it's really a litigated matter between essentially the company that tore the house down and then the property owners. So we do have to be careful about that, but we can contact the attorneys that are defending the city in that case, and then see if there's anything that they can do. They can go to the other attorneys that are representing all the other parties and see, what can be done. I tend to think that, regardless of what's going on with the house situation, if the property is becoming, in violation of the ordinances for other reasons, it seems like we should have some relief, that we should be able to do something there.
Okay, and then another question, that house that we had them people to tear down on Avenue C, that they never picked that house up. Ms., what's the lady name?
Richardson?
Yeah. And then, the lady in the front of her, Miss Penny, she claiming that she had snakes coming in her yard. So, we need to at least reach out to them and tell them to pick that house up, or can we pick the house up and send
We
the
can't
bill
pick it
to
up, but.
That's the one on Avenue C.
Avenue C, that's the Richardson, yeah.
You tore it down, but
They never picked it up.
The property owners tore it down and just did not pick
Yeah.
it up? So that sounds like the property, we need to give them
Right.
another notice then. Essentially, I guess it was condemned.
Yes.
So it was condemned, they did 75% of the way there, and they just haven't went back and done the remaining 25%.
So we have, these are all grass complaints, 1408 Louisiana Avenue. That one, 1436 as well, the same person owns. I personally had 1436 cut, personally before Juneteenth because it looked a mess going to the park. I am not cutting it again. So we have received complaints, and they did see someone, I'm sure, out to, that was cutting the, that's the house, at the con, at the stop sign, like right to the left going to the park. It has the fence around it, because I had the person clean the fence, I had them cut the grass and all, just because that, and Franklin Street, just because it looked a mess. So, just full disclosure, I had that cut, so if anybody sees it and sees it out of hand again, I personally had it cut before Juneteenth, because I didn't want everyone going to the park and it looked a mess. 1251 Avenue A, grass must be cut. Family Dollar, 674 North Alexander. I think we contacted them about the dumpster that people have been complaining about. They couldn't see once they turned. They have moved the dumpster. 1039 Avenue A, broken windows in the front of the house, and they owe taxes. 1360 Avenue A, it is also a house that burned years ago that now Midwest Management has taken it over. but we cannot reach them. We have called, tried, so we will probably have to get with our attorneys with that to see if we are able to, I guess, lien that property for the homeowners, the heirs, I guess, because I'm not sure. I know that the gentleman is deceased. 1329 Michigan, that's the one you sent, Ms. Gordon. We have not heard anything back as well.
I spoke with him and he say he's gonna start cleaning it up. He has not yet, but he said he's gonna start.
Okay. We did send a notice
Yes.
to him. 645 Florida Avenue, same thing, high grass and nuisance. 1427 Avenue G, remove of nuisance and repairs outside of the home. 718 Whitehead, fence around the pool has to be repaired. 550 7th Street, the branches are in the view of 7th Street. 717 Burbridge, spoke to him about tall grass. I think he's cut since also. 615 South 14th Street, we talked about high grass and abandoned vehicles in the yard. 909 Eleanor, tree on property needs to be trimmed and cut down. 420 8th Street, must cut grass and remove vehicles out of the yard. 690 Louisiana Avenue, that's by the church, Shiloh Church. The property needs to be cleaned up and the cars that are not operable need to be removed. 812 North Jefferson Street, same thing, clean property and removal. And 605 Eucalyptus, I think she did reach out to him and he said that he would take care of it.
Okay, what about the vehicles on Georgia Avenue that I reported earlier to you?
We have sent things there as well. So that's why I said we're gonna have to get, if we're gonna get strict about it, we need to get with our attorneys and see legally what we can do to have the cars removed that are inoperable, so. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Item 3, discuss proposed orders relating to the office of city marshal for the city of Port Allen. Mr. Massey.
Yes, council, good evening, mayor, good evening. This basically is an ordinance I'm trying to introduce as a go between the city of Port Allen and the Port Allen Marshal's Office to allow the Marshal's Office to continue operating within the jurisdiction of Ward 3. We basically work at the pleasure of the judge as he orders us to do courtroom security and some other law enforcement items that need to come, as we handle those as they come up. I'm certainly not looking to take Chief Mitchell's spot because he's doing a fine job. One of my dad's students, by the way, back in the 90s, and all the sheriff's office for that fact. But we just needed a little go between the word I'm trying to say, something to go between the city of Port Allen and the marshal's office. That's basically what I'm looking for.
So
And
you're
with the office.
asking for permission to do arrests, serve tickets, and all that. So I'm for you be able to make arrests and serve sermon, but why don't you let the ticket writing be to our office, our city and our sheriff office? Because we do get a lot of complaint about you all with tickets.
I believe it, man. Ms.
But
Gordon,
I'm
we're gonna
just
get.
being
yeah.
real.
Well,
I'm just being honest
and
with you.
yes, ma'am.
I'd rather for you all to let them handle that part of writing tickets, and you all, do the others.
I got you. Yes,
'cause,
ma'am. It's kind of, it's like the ordinance says, we can assist the city and so forth.
Yeah.
And we depend on the tickets as well to fund our organization and, make city court operate, so forth. Plus, I believe in, I'm old school. I believe in having somebody out there to enforce the safety,
Yeah.
before, rather than let something happen. Be active, proactive rather than reactive. So, that's the old school the way I am. So, I know
So
what
you
you're
agree
getting
with
at, ma'am, and I'm trying to keep that to a minimum, and we're working on that. Still, work in progress. I've minimized my force as much as possible, but we're trying to operate and keep afloat.
I think y'all would do wonderful, protecting in the courthouse and, serving warrants and stuff. I got a warrant this morning beating on my door. So, well, I got a subpoena, not a warrant, a subpoena.
Gotcha.
But, anyways, I think we should let our officers, handle the ticket writing and you all handle the rest. That's what I always thought the marshal did anyway. I didn't know that y'all was doing ticket writing until a lot of people was complaining about, they was getting tickets. I said, well, they don't write tickets. And I thought all y'all did was like the courthouse protection and serve, subpoena and warrant.
Yes, ma'am. If I'm not mistaken, my chief deputy, about maybe 18, 20 years ago, when my, Sheriff Kaz and former Marshal Zito, they started the ticket writing program. It was been at least 18, 20 years ago, if we'd understand. And I guess I can say I kind of inherited it and kept it going. So it's been going on for years. I don't know why it's.
Yeah, but honestly, I went
you know.
into law enforcement, so I didn't know what the law was until, I got into
Right.
it. That's why I say I didn't know, because I really didn't know what the city marshal was, what their job title was or what they did anyway
Right.
until I got into politics.
And we're post-certified
That's what I
law
know.
enforcement officers,
So,
so.
but yeah, I'm for that. I mean, that's my intake. I don't know how the other council member feel about it, but that's my intake.
Where's Ward 3? Back in the back?
It goes from the levee out towards the Paris line, down Rosedale Road. It kind of goes out a little bit, and it goes from just on the south side of Lafton Lane, there's a ditch. From there all the way to Emily Drive. That's pretty much the major boundary. And it kind of zigzags. At least. Because I actually worked, when I was at the sheriff's office, I actually worked part-time for Marshal Zito for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't know they did.
I don't know if there's a part, but yeah, I did that years ago.
Well, Sonny,
Ma'am? Sir, excuse me.
if you do something wrong, you get a ticket.
Yes, sir. Basically, that's it.
If you don't pay your bill, what happens?
Get a warrant, get arrested.
Be responsible.
That's it. You're responsible for it. I'm trying to tell the people for 41 years now, do the right thing, but, some people hard to understand it.
Oh, yeah.
But, any other questions? Okay, good deal. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny.
Any questions? Adjourn.
To agenda item to write the audience, has he stated or has we excused as them writing tickets or what? Yeah,
We gonna consider all.
okay, okay, that's what I wanna make sure we, yeah. Public Works Committee, call to order, establishment quorum, roll call please.
Councilwoman Charlene Gordon.
Here,
Councilman Gregory Kane. Here. Councilwoman April Key.
Here.
item 1, report on the status of the FY 2025 LCDBG sewage system rehabilitation and improvement project, PEC project number 11818.06-1. Mr. Tony Ericon?
Thank you, Councilwoman. If y'all recall, at the last council meeting, y'all authorized the mayor to, as soon as we got approval from the state, to award the project, and we did get approval from the state. So we are planning on starting, having a pre-construction conference on the 12th, because, of course, next week is LMA, so it's going to be, kind of a lot of people are going to be out. And essentially, probably what'll happen first is they'll start inspecting the pipes and maybe some smoke testing. And anywhere they do that kind of work, they're going to put flyers on people's doors so they know what's going on. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I do wanna thank you. I heard yesterday, I hear everything last minute, that they had a major sewer issue Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And I appreciate you stepping up, to help them out apparently.
Yeah, well, I'm always available. That's the reason, got the cell phone.
But like I said again, I didn't know of it until yesterday, so.
Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate working here. Y'all, thank you.
Any question? Agenda item? Adjourn?
Call to order, establish a quorum.
Councilwoman Adrian Joseph,
Here.
Councilwoman Charlene Gordon,
Here?
Councilman Gary Oates.
Here.
Introducing the ordinance for the regular food truck and mobile food vendors.
I'm gonna just keep this real short, you guys. The mayor and Ms. Lynette has been doing a great job. We just kind of get things in order. One thing I found out when I came in here in January, our ordinance is outdated. I was speaking to Councilwoman Charlene about a few things about this food truck issue, but I remember Ascension having a big issue with this. I went to their ordinance. I think them and Gonzalez teamed up to create something just more proactive. You're going to see a lot of this on this journey with us, trying to repair this ordinance in a way of bringing it into 2026. We have ordinances that go way back from way back in the day that it actually need to be revamped. So this is just a discussion. It's nothing that we're doing right now, but if we team up and attack this right, we can get the right ordinance that we need. But I think they're charging $500 now. I think the only thing that we have now that deals with a food truck, it's not even a food truck. It's a pillar's license. It's not even dealing with food truck. Neither is our matrix with our zones. So you can actually put a food truck anywhere and you can't do anything to them because we don't have the right rules and regulations put in place. So really, I'm just bringing this to be more proactive, not to hurt anybody. So if you decide you want to charge $200 for a food truck, you can do so. I just think we need to be on the right page all the way through. So if they line up on LA1 and we don't like it, we can do something about it.
Mr. Mason,
Yes, ma'am.
right now, do they need a permit or something for them to bring their food truck?
Well, anything in our city limits, we do require them to pay an occupational license.
So that's what they're paying now, just occupation license?
And
for
they
their food
should
truck?
pay a pillar's license as well. I would think so.
Okay.
But right now, that's really what's holding the ground is that occupational license as well. But they should pay both.
Okay.
But if it's a bad truck or and it's something that's not health wise that we would normally let somebody do, we can't stop them right now. We would just have another issue at hand. So basically, that's all this is. I don't know.
So are they required to have like insurance in case someone takes sick? Because I don't want them to come back on the city saying, "But we bought it in the city of Port Allen."
Nope,
So
not at all.
Are we requiring them to have insurance on
With
their
this
food
with
truck?
this new proposed ordinance, it does require a health inspector permit as well.
I think before, we've only had a couple, and that was for mainly like festivals and parades.
Right.
The one that we have right now off of LA1 is probably the first stationary food truck that we've had in the city limits since I've been working here. But before, normally, the building by the health unit, they would call, and ask us, and then they would go out and do the health inspection. that's
So
the
they
type
gotta
of
be
thing-
pointed somewhere now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of things that we have to catch.
And usually they have to have a state inspection, health inspection.
Right, but
Yeah.
now they said that the people who own the, whatever, cause it changed names so much, but that tire shop right there where it's on the parking lot, I think they're all together.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that doesn't make it right or wrong, but,
They're mostly saying it's because it's on private property.
Right.
Yeah.
so, what they were dumping at the time, I was told was not grease, but it was bubbling, and so I don't know if they were diluting it with something. I don't know. But like I said, I heard about it and I didn't see them until I saw them is when I got out and I tried to, approach them about the situation. And so, like I said, I called them, they came and they checked it. They said it wasn't, so that's all I know. But I do know before, we never really had any. The people that came for parades, they brought all their stuff.
Right.
So they would bring,
Usually
you know,
food
and
trucks.
so, right, so, this would be something, I guess to prevent if we, another one came in that was stationary.
Yeah, Ms. Lynette is our enforcer. She was like, hey, Philip, you need to take care of this. I said, Ms. Lynette, I can't do nothing about this right now.
They need to have a bucket or something. Somebody come and pick that grease up.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's why I said, I think we just need to have our self covered when we go try to tell them to do this.
That's why our drains all stopped up.
That's
They putting
right.
all that grease
Well,
up
and
in
it was right there always at 8th Street, and that was my,
And that's where we always having the problems,
problem
right there.
Right, and so I thought that was contributing to the problem, but I was told it wasn't, so.
But they hadn't been there that long to really contribute to the problem. I was thinking about the other people too that had, things going on.
Well, y'all set for that. We talked about a grease trap inspection.
But never been
You
done.
have to, right, but you have to set the tone for it, so.
I mean, we've
This
talked
is
about
something
that
that
when
we
the
need
other
to-
mayor was here,
Right.
but no one never went to go and check it out to
Right.
see.
But I think
Um,
the specifics still weren't ironed out and all for it to be a part of an inspection. We talked, y'all, the council at the time, cause it wasn't all of you.
Yeah, it was just.
But
yeah.
talked about it, but nothing ever really happened.
Well, cause they had told us to go and talk to our constituents, the people that are the business in our area, to let them know that they're gonna get checked for grease trap. But
That
I'm-
part was done at one time.
you're right, but still now it hadn't been continually
Right.
doing.
So Philip, that's what you wanna do?
Yeah, I mean, I just want
Set
to,
this
even,
ordinance for this?
yeah, well,
You do a rough draft.
yeah, we're going to do more of a rough draft and kind of, I get with you guys and get with Evan and make sure everything is tidied up. But I definitely want to begin the process and not procrastinate and this be 2030 when we're trying to do this. There's, I think more than anything, even if you don't want to hurt their pockets, just having something in place would benefit the city.
Philip, would you differentiate between an event vendor versus a semi-permanent structure like what's down there on LA1?
Oh, definitely.
It would be.
Stationary has to have health inspections.
Yes.
You should. That's you have to have health inspections. They gotta come out every 90 days to inspect the kitchens, or whatever. It has to be inspected.
But I guess you was talking about like if we have an event and the food truck comes.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
something.
most
That
of
wouldn't be
them had
nothing.
it posted inside
So I
there
did,
'cause they
yeah.
already had their
Right,
trucks
right.
inspected.
I think it's like every 90 days, the state comes out, pops in the restaurants, check your grease traps and all that stuff. They do it randomly.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I definitely think we should have some type of a revision or something, just in case it is an event that is a one-time
Yeah.
person in town or something.
And doing it in accordance, your rates in accordance with a one-time event versus a,
Definitely.
Yeah, fair sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different thing, because they're not gonna be there permanent, just temporary.
Mhm.
but that may be the peddlers, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Would that
Oh,
cover?
yeah, just change the wording of the peddler's license too. If we was on that same ordinance, we kind of just
something different.
yeah, changed it up a little bit.
Well, I think this is good, Philip. I think it's long been needed.
Thank Ms. Lynette and Mass, they are on it.
Thank you, Lynette.
Juarez.
Oh, come on.
I know everybody likes the looks of that, that's all I'm saying.
Come on, entertain us.
You know?
Okay. The mayor has a new initiative, the Love Initiative. Let our vision expand. Would you like to come on?
So,
and
Evan, how would we
explain it to us, Mayor?
handle that, though? So we'll push it for further, with this, okay.
You gonna
It's
explain?
gonna be an
it?
agenda, oh, it's gonna be an agenda item?
Oh, okay, all right. The community.
Agenda,
engagement-
was it agenda item?
No,
All right.
no, the first time, yeah.
The economic
Promotion.
the economic promotion initiative, including planning activities aligned with the 2026-27 budget and the tracking framework with the related to the revenue and expenditures.
Okay, I kind of spoke to, Councilwoman Adrian Joseph, and I kind of spoke to, Councilwoman, Hubble, randomly, about this. But, when I came here in January, the mayor, I can see her vision, I can hear her vision. She really loved the city. She wanted to see it clean. She's doing a great job in the nuisance, of Port Allen, and just trying to get the picture back. And I had this idea when I'm sitting there auditing and doing things. A lot of times I'm getting a ton of inflow of unrecognized revenue that we didn't expect to come in. Instead of just sitting on things, I think, like I tell my daughter, I say, pour the love into yourself, and then everything else will be attracted to you. I think it's time to make our city attractive and do little things that I want. It's just more, this thing is more informative. That's why I called it love. I just, out the blue, just came up with that, and it's let our vision expand. So what I'm trying to do with the support of the council, and it's no action need to be taken, it's just more of informing you to let you know the ideas that are coming from this office to beautify Port Allen. But it's an opportunity to build love into the community. I want to track I'm gonna track all the expenses, all the revenue that's being brought in. I think I'm sitting in a little over $100,000 that I'm brought in from coming in and auditing businesses, and it's just the beginning. So the influx of what's coming in, I just want y'all to know what's coming out as well too. But I want y'all y'all's opinions, y'all suggestions. I'm born and raised right here on 8th Street. I can remember my great uncle speaking to me about before the levee was here, before the bridge was here, and they used to cross on the boat. And he's dead now. So certain little things that I would need on this journey, I want to have transparency. And this really is transparency to let you guys know what are we doing for the mayor won't feel like she's overstepping anything, because you are the stewards of the city's funds. And I know your visions. I know I done spoke to each one of you guys personally, and I know y'all love the city as well. And I think this is going to be a good look for the city, and to say we are open. And I'm always open for advice and information from you guys. But everything that's tied with the budget is nothing that needs to be revised. It's just more transparency than anything.
I applaud you for finding those funds.
Thank you, thank you.
You're doing a fantastic job on that.
Well, I told you how I want to promote it. We talked about the promotion part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody else probably put their input in it. But I think I admire you, how you put it together.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Depot is right off of LA one for people to see when they come into the city. You know, I heard flack about that, putting the fence up. Why you put a fence up? Why is the fence locked? Well, they had people living there. We had to get there and literally clean with gloves on we wouldn't send our guys underneath the building because they had been using the restroom under the building. So I would not let those guys go under the building to get paid. So whatever's under there is gonna stay under there. Cause I wouldn't
Just spray.
You might want pressure washer, pressure washer.
They have pressure washing, they have changed all the rotten wood, they fixed all the windows were broken. So like I say, as long as we work together to get things done, and spread the word. I mean, we are trying to beautify, we shouldn't be tearing things up. Like the bathrooms on 14th Street. You know, we fixed, since I've been in office twice, we've had to fix the walls in there from the kids, so we can't leave it unlocked now. So anytime someone uses it, and I feel bad because they had a balloon release a couple weeks ago, but I didn't think about that being that we can't leave them open because they're tearing everything up. So
Mayor,
we have some in the area.
I know, the mayor, Lee, he had hired someone part-time to open the bathrooms and check it, check on it and close it at that time. Do you think we should try to get a part-time worker just to manage that bathroom?
Well, they weren't part-time, they were city employees.
Yeah, but he was paying them
They were
part-time.
getting paid extra.
Right,
And still that didn't help, and they had been stopped doing it. So
Yeah.
he was unlocking and locking. I'm not going there at night to lock and unlock bathrooms.
yeah, that's why I say maybe we get a part-time city
We do
worker
have
to
an
do it.
employee that lives near there that is doing it, but the last time he did, when he went to lock the bathrooms, is when the kids had kicked the hose in, so by the time they darted across the field and ran away from him, and that was before cameras were put in the area. But, I mean, we keep paying for the same things over and over again.
We had a neighbor that lived across the street from it, and she would go and check on periodically, just going over there and checking, and she really did agree to open it and check it and close it, but he didn't, but now she done moved to, Mississippi, and she would have been a great idea, cause she always at home all day, and she said she didn't mind helping us at that time, so, but now she have moved, so.
Well, we do when, I think, Mr. Lawrence has something out there on 2 set days, so we know those set days. It's just for the other things
Right.
that we can't just leave it open for.
The walls,
And that's the purpose was for it, for them to use it while they playing basketball, because we didn't want them to use the bathroom outside behind the building. And they had these little young girls out there and they playing basketball, they go behind the building, and stuff like that. And it's a shame that us as parents not watching our kids, because they don't understand, we trying to give your kids a place to go where they don't have to run home 2 or 3 blocks to use the bathroom when the bathroom right there, but then your kids are destroying it, and it
It's
costs
never
us
been
more
the
and more and more money.
Never been the females' bathroom.
It's always
been
supposed,
the
yeah,
boys' bathroom.
because at one time they took the water fountain down and we had to replace that.
They've written on the doors.
All the
they
walls.
Busted and I don't know how they got,
just
to
put
through that
concrete, just
brick
leave the
or whatever.
just leave the concrete bricks up there. But is it sheetrock up there? Just leave the concrete bricks up there.
Yeah, sheetrock that they.
Just
put-
take the sheetrock out. Just take the sheetrock out and just leave the concrete bricks. Just leave the exposed.
They're gonna
bricks.
paint it over anyway like they do
Right.
outside. So.
Just leave the exposed brick. Yeah, just leave the exposed brick. Don't put no sheetrock in there.
We might
Just leave the exposed
we need to update our cameras too. I think we talked about something similar to that, but I can see even a fake camera can deter away a lot.
In that area now.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
just have to hold these parents accountable for
Yeah.
their children,
Right.
mischievous, if they're not gonna correct
Just
them,
charge
that they
the
hurt them in their
parents.
pocket. I mean, no such thing as we have a camera, but we're not using it to see who destroyed. Even we need, I know we cannot put it on the inside, but you can see who's going in and going out.
Right.
Mhm.
Take the sheetrock out, put the camera by the door. And that's how you
have
handle
cameras
it.
in the area, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like recently, so.
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't had the issue.
Right. not just that part, it's at all the parks that they are
Fix
at.
it again and they tear it up, you got it where you can
You
tell.
should be able to see who it is.
Cause they just had one done in Brewley on last week, so we all suffering the same thing with the children destroying things at the park.
No, it ain't.
I can't see no adult doing it, I just think it's just children doing it, I'm gonna put it like that. I hope it's not the adults doing it.
But you was about to say something? Okay.
When you were talking about the depot, and about the fence, I was instrumental in starting that in 1998 as a visitor center. What everybody didn't see was under that main building were numerous condoms, needles that were disposed in there. All of that's under there. Filth, it was all under there. And I was out there cleaning it up. The other thing is, all of those windows have been busted because you didn't have a protected parameter. There was a police unit a number of years ago that was set on fire right there in the parking lot. So when somebody says we need to put up a fence to protect it, this is why. And that money through a grant, and I forget the exact amount of money that was spent. It's just ridiculous that that money is spent. And people say, well, we need something, we need a place, we need an event. And then you got an element that tears it up. You can't control that. But part of that is controlling the parameter and closing it off. Because if you have free access, you're gonna have vandalism. And the history has proven that spot has had it. So that area needed to be cordoned off, otherwise it's gonna be a low rent. I don't know any other way to put it. And they have valuable artifacts in there that people donated to me to put in there. And I still got the list who did it. And all of that was torn up. Antique showcases with glass busted out. That's ridiculous. There is no reason for that. So, yes, the fence was needed, and it's because you have people that just can't get it right. So, that's the way it is.
Well, I can't leave Miss Rose out. She has done an excellent job. I got an opportunity to go in there, and even the patio and everything. So it's coming along. It's 2026. Everything changing for the good. So we ain't gonna go back in the past. We headed. We expanding. That's the whole purpose of this. All right.
Okay,
All right, y'all.
all right,
All right. Here we go.
all right.
You good? All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill. You adjourn?
I adjourn.
Call the Personnel Committee to order, establish a quorum. Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Gary Hilton,
Here.
Councilwoman Charlene Ward,
Here,
Councilman Gregory Payne. Here.
Item number 1, discuss the hiring of Vernell Williams at step grade 112/B. Chief?
All right. Since the beginning of my term of being the chief of police, you guys are already familiar with us starting off extremely shorthanded when I got in. So as of right now, we are allotted for 20 slots. This will be slot number 20. So about Mr. Benell Williams, he's someone who's originally from Port Allen. He's post-certified. He worked here years ago. He's certified and he's currently certified as a juvenile detective. He's certified as a school resource officer. And he have a couple other accolades as of right now. After speaking with him and seeing him hearing my vision, he's somebody I wanted to bring on to Port Allen.
what do you be doing?
So I plan on bringing him on to be our school resource officer. Since he's already certified in it, one of the biggest things I mentioned before is having this, I want to continue to create job opportunities for people. If I was to not fill this slot, I will have to relinquish that role to Jeff and the sheriff department. I had somebody in mind originally, but stuff just didn't line up as of right now. Don't mean it won't happen in the future, but as of right now, I'm just in a position where I couldn't put that person there. And running into this guy who's already post-certified and he's already certified as a school resource officer. He's a plug-and-play type of guy. He's community-oriented, and he'll help us out where we need him the most right now. So, no, we don't. Freddie is our reserve officer. Freddie is currently working with Iberville for personal reasons. You'll have to ask Freddie why. It's nothing. It's no bad blood. He's still is reserve. He's a reserve officer with us, but he have his reason on doing that. So, yeah, most definitely we will talk. But, yep.
What school he gonna be at?
Huh?
What school he gonna be at?
Not Corn, Port Allen Middle and Port Allen Elementary. So he'll be covering both schools.
New school.
Yeah. Yep. So, have any other questions for him?
That's what I'm finna say.
So,
I did not
So-
want to say it, man.
so,
Look, I didn't want to say it.
so that is a good question.
Already
I've
asked that
pulled Mr. Williams in a trillion times, and we had a long, lengthy discussion about what it is we expect from him. And we will see. I believe he will stick it out. He's seen my vision. He heard everything that I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish, and our goals aligned. So he say he's gonna stay. I really believe he will stay. We all got to cross our fingers. I think he's gonna stay. I ain't gonna do him that. He gonna stay. He will stay. And like I said before, where I need him at, he gonna be able to help us out there. That school, that's where I need him at. He already have tons of experience as a school resource officer, so that's where I need him at.
Yes, sir. Okay. Adjourn.
Finance Committee, call to order, establish quorum, roll call.
Councilwoman April Keys.
Here.
Councilman Gary Hope.
Here.
Councilwoman Adrian Joker.
Here.
Item number one, discuss the purchase of a 2018-2019 motorcycle to begin the initial phase of the traffic division for the police department. Chief Mitchell.
Once again, I have to kind of go back down memory lane and speak about the beginning. I've told y'all my vision. And one of the things I wanted to do was expand and create more job opportunities and give more depth within our police department. That's one of the things that I wanted to bring back to Port Allen is having a traffic division. So what you have in front of you is the bike from Addis. This, when they purchased it, how much they purchased it for from Harley Davidson, along with the registration and all the necessary information about it. This was the price that they had purchased it at $17,970.90. They want to sell it to us, Port Allen Police Department, for $10,000. That price that you see on here, it don't include the lights, the sirens, the radio, the radar. It don't include none of that. So if we tack in the rest of the equipment that's on that bike, it's well over $25,000-$30,000. Okay.
You said it does not come with it?
No, it does come with it.
Oh, okay.
They're giving us the bike with all that equipment as well.
Okay.
But I'm letting you know.
Harley Davidson bought it. When they bought it from Harley Davidson.
They bought just for the bike, yeah, without anything.
Okay, but we gonna get everything for TT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And we do have someone who trained to ride it?
yeah, we do have somebody, and as of right now, he with me. So a little bit.
That's good, we probably do need a motorcycle in case someone happened where they can get into the traffic better than the cars, you know, in and out of the traffic, quicker to an incident or whatever.
And it's funny that you say that. Mr. Massey, he retired as a motors guy, so he can tell you the importance of.
He had more accident than anybody.
So he could tell you the importance of their job and how efficient it was for them when we couldn't get to certain spots, like being on the merging part of on the on ramp, and how it get really congested, and how important it is to have those motor guys to be able to go get up there and go assist with a wreck. And it also frees the guys up on shift to be able to stay within the city limits to focus on patrolling and helping out within the city limits. Because sometimes we can have wrecks that 3, 4, 5 car pile up, and you take all the guys off the road, and now you got everybody here. Then we can have a disturbance over here, and now you got 2 major situations going on at the same time. So this is just the initial phase of it. If I was granted the opportunity to get this bike, we'll still have to get my officer certified. Before getting to this point, I attempted to try and get him certified multiple ways with LSU. I reached out to Addis, I reached out to the Sheriff Department and LSU too, to try to see if they'll lend us a bike so he can get certified. And I understood it was a long shot, but if you don't ask, you don't know. But
Is that in your budget?
yeah, it is.
Is in your budget? Okay.
The reason why I could say it is because, what works for me is that the bike is $10,000. We was able to save money on not purchasing those radios. So by me not purchasing those radios, it saved me a good bit of money, so I can kind of go focus on getting this bike. So.
The liability insurance.
So like I said, this is the initial phase. Once we get the bike, I plan on speaking with everybody and getting all the stuff squared away. I've gotten with Addis as well. They sending me everything that they had, and I'm reaching back out to Jeff. Jeff is out of town right now, but I'm gonna get with them and see what they have. Mr. Massey, he have a lot of experience with this too, so I plan on reaching out to him to pick his brain a little bit more. Just because I'm asking for it don't initially mean that we're gonna be the traffic division and the bike. We finna start riding on it tomorrow. I mean, whenever is if y'all say yeah, we finna do it. It's gonna take some time to get everything together to move to that. That's why I say it's the initial phase.
So Buchanan do know he cannot drive the bike and eat.
Buchanan. Well, he know now. All right. So, and even with this, I brought Mr. Buchanan up here, so if you had any questions, and he also had a little presentation he wanted to show you guys, if y'all have the time for it.
Mayor, council. For those who aren't familiar with me, I'm Corporal Adrian Buchanan with the Port Allen Police Department. I don't need it. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. AKA your future motors man, hopefully. But like you said, they giving us this bike for it's a good deal. The stuff that is equipped with already, we would have to buy that we don't now. They're just giving it to us. They said if we didn't buy it, they were going to strip everything off the bike, sell it, and get their money back off the parts on it. But they're giving it to us for the same price of the bike. And I have experience in this. I've been riding since I was 12 years old. I have experience in patrolling on motorcycles with a year with St. Gabriel. They just never sent me to get certified. But I have my endorsement already. I have a personal bike I've been riding for years. So I'm not, I'm familiar with the duties of patrolling on the motorcycle in the Motors Division. We will clear up a lot of traffic on LA1, across the Intercoastal, all the way down to the Parish Line. Parades, kids benefits, community benefits, funeral escorts, stuff like that. And I have some visuals for you guys too. That's one. that's what the bike gonna look like after we get through doing what we need to do to it. But it's pretty much outfitted already as far as equipment and microphone, helmet. That helmet costs a lot of money too, with the being able to ride hands-free and communicate with dispatch. They giving that to us too. Yeah. Do I got a black and white. Okay. Yeah, this shit right. There you go. And I just pretty much just outlined some key points I thought of off the top of my head or anything I researched on and had experience with.
So this what it gonna look like? Boaz Finest?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be picking that tall cotton, I tell you.
I think it'll be an overall good look on the department as far as us growing and expanding. You know.
You might have to put a food cup holder on there. Yeah.
Any questions for me? Anybody? Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Item number 2, notification of the city's execution of the engineering services agreement with Pan American Engineers LLC for the FISMA grant approval. Contingent upon legal review of the May 13th, 2026 meeting. Philip Mason.
All right, Adrian's out of town. He just passed this along to me. Just wanted you guys to know it's just a basic notification that was previously just a continuance of everything, and everything's flowing through properly. If you have any questions?
Yeah, it was already signed.
It's already signed.
Yeah, it was asked for me to be able to sign the contract for that one and the other, so Adrian just wanted y'all to know that it is signed
Oh, okay.
for both and that, it's just being executed.
Yeah, he don't think it needs to be signed on agenda.
Nothing to vote on. They
Yeah.
voted for me to sign it already.
That's it.
No, that needs to be, that one or the next one needs to be.
Item number 3, notification that the city has been awarded and executed the $50,000 CWEF program agreement. The resolution to apply was approved at the January 14th, 2026 meeting, and formal council ratification of the signed agreement may be required at the August 12th, 2026 meeting. Philip Mason.
Same thing with this. It shouldn't. This was also sent, I think, with the LGAP. This one came back, so we have this grant going through. But from Adrian's perspective, I don't think it need to be an agenda item. It's more for a notification. It should be.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
I said, but if so, we'll make it an agenda item, but I think it's the same thing. We were awarded, 50,000 with the CWEF. I think it's for water, we can only use it for water improvements or something. So we haven't designated it yet for something specific, but, we will.
Okay. Good. All right now.
And we want to just remind everyone about school supply drive is this Saturday from 3 to 7 here at City Hall parking lot. We are still taking donations. We are still asking for volunteers, trying to make this a collaborative effort on the city's part, along with Kingdom Life Church. They are partnering, yes, 3 to 7 here.
I'm gonna drop mine off tomorrow. I forgot yours and the chief, school supplies.
Well, they weren't separate, they were supposed to be together, but whatever, you
Okay, well,
wanna
I
do,
just bring it
it's fine.
tomorrow. I just forgot it today.
So, we will be here tomorrow, I'm sorry. The senior roundup is August 20th. We have next week. But, August 20th from 9 to 1 at Port Allen Community Center. And Ms. Gordon is also asking for volunteers to come out and support our seniors.
Oh, and the council member along with the mayor and everyone else on the committee will be wearing white shirt, blue jeans, shorts, or blue jeans. And your boots. And your cowboy hat.
We gonna have some on them white shirts?
Huh? I would plan on having it on.
We just gonna have plain white t-shirts?
At least you wanna put some on.
What, you got something to say?
Hello?
All right, I think that's it.
Huh? Oh. Buchanan, 'cause we gonna feed them.
Well, we also are planning for the Nightmare on Court Street, the Halloween. It was a success last year. We'll be here again, and we will give more details as follows.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, come on, you talk about that.
All right, one more thing. On the week of September 7th through the 11th, we will have Two in Your Town in the city of Port Allen. So I will be getting in touch with each one of the, especially the council members, that Channel 2 will be visiting our town that weekend. And it will start with interviews. Some will be pre-recorded, some will be live, and it will be morning, noon, and evening of that whole week. And of course, it'll culminate with the oldies but goodies, but we have a lot going on in the city of Port Allen, and we're super excited about it. So listen for my phone call and to tell you that these folk are going to call you so they can get an interview with you.